I'm Ed Kelley, editor of the Oklahoman. Oklahoma may not have been much of a force nationally during the ongoing presidential primary season, but one place we continue to be a leader on Election Day is the way we cast our votes. I refer to those machines known as optical scanners that are in every one of the 2,400 precincts across the state. They've been in place for 16 years now, and with very rare exception, they've worked like a charm. Remember hanging chads? Hard to forget if you followed the presidential election in 2000 between George W. Bush and Al Gore. It was in Florida where a recount was ordered in some counties, and poll workers inspected voters' punch cards to try to determine not only how Floridians voted, but in some cases, what was their intent. It would have been light comedy if the stakes hadn't been so high. Turns out that Oklahoma was only one of a handful of states that year that had a statewide election system. Or, as Michael Klingman, our state election board secretary, points out, everybody in Oklahoma votes exactly the same way, no matter where they're at. 8 years later, Oklahoma remains a model for voting consistency, even as many states scramble to do the same. Take Ohio, for instance, site of this week's big presidential showdown between Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama. USA Today reports that in Cleveland, officials there moved from punch cards to touchscreens, but still have problems. So, as the newspaper reports, voters will fill out their ballots by hand, then they'll be taken to a warehouse to be counted. What's happening in Ohio is happening elsewhere across the country, where resistance is formed to using electronic touchscreens because of snafus. In Oklahoma, the state election board has held off making the conversion to touchscreens because the current system works so well. Klingman, the election board secretary, likens the scanning machines in our state to that of a tank. They're well built, very durable. Keep that in mind the next time you go to the polls, whether in a municipal election or the big presidential race in November. Your vote is in good hands here.